And what are you as far as the team?
I'm the CEO. Bravka's here. He's my CEO, COO, CFO. Bravka, introduce yourself.
Hi guys. Yeah, my real name is Tino, but I'm going with the nickname Brokwa. Yeah, I'm co-founder and CEO, CFO, helping and grinding,
We also have, Sassy Mama's here. She's does our female side podcast and clerical help, and also helps out in the TG. Say hello, Sassy.
Hello, I am Sassy Mama.
Shadow Flux is also here, and again, she's the other half of our female podcast. Also, pretty much keeps everything Telegram in place and helps us on our clerical side. Also, Shadow, say hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shadow, but my real name's Jess. But yeah, everyone calls me Shadow, regardless of knowing my name.
Nice.
So that's the guys
what
here with us today.
What do you mean by female podcast?
Well, we're going to have two podcasts. We have a complete separate media side. So it's called Lit Media. And it's not only our YouTube channel. We're going to have an e-magazine kind of a newsletter go out to whoever subscribes, of course, through our website and utility. But we're going to have a full female show with Sassy and Jess that will do their own podcast over crypto, not just us, because our podcasts aren't just going to be LitBit oriented. So we're going to be more expanded when it comes to our podcast and our media, and it's going to cover the market itself. Of course, whatever projects we bring to the market, we're going to have them on, do AMAs through our podcasts and introductions. So it's going to be more of a crypto in general, not just focused on just us.
Right. We're actually doing something very similar if you guys ever want to collab on that.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't really started. Yeah, but we haven't really started yet, but we're definitely interested in, that we could do as a cross promo to whatever.
Well,
but anyway.
While we're watching, we'll go reaching out with different lounges and whatnot, and again, doing that cross promoting of the lounges, projects and whatnot, and lounge owners, and just speaking about crypto in general.
Right.
Our website has literally the new website that's been designed has a complete news section, so we can actually have, say, a widget for viewing the video, the podcast, and all that.
Nice.
Sorry, guys, for interrupting you, but I just want to say that we have here our community manager and the male side of podcasting for LitBit. Westy, you want to say hi to the guys?
Hi, yeah, sorry, I didn't want to jump in. Savage moved on. I thought, I'll come back in the end at some point. Hi, guys. Yeah, thanks for having us.
No. Where are you at? I don't even see you in the chat.
Yeah, I'm in. I've got the screen share up.
He can't see it because he's sharing.
He's sharing. Okay, so I didn't get to see you up there. My bad. Sorry, Westy.
That's all right, mate.
Yeah, Westy's our community manager and pretty much runs the podcast.
Okay, so you're the one that was running the video that I put in the preview, right?
Not sure.
I'm not sure.
I've seen that one.
Make it. Brad made that.
Oh.
That's Proximal.
Oh,
he makes all our videos.
Yeah, Brad isn't here right now. But yeah, he's our media manager. He does all of the videos, like the one you see in the screen share up now with the little robot and all that. He does all the videos.
Yeah,
that's all done.
Okay.
He's really good.
I was talking about your YouTube podcast video, the host, because I previewed that. I put that as in the announcement for this, for people to check it out before they come see this. But okay,
so that artwork, sorry to interrupt, Lou, that artwork, that video is entirely done by you guys. The one that we are seeing, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, Brad
stuff, man.
Brad made that.
Looks really good.
Yeah, he's done a few
Great
like
stuff.
that. He's really good.
So he's a 3D artist?
Well, no, he just does all the media.
I'm saying the 3D. That's
the video production. He didn't create it from the ground up, no.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's still pretty cool though. But okay, why don't you guys go ahead and introduce your project Tell us what it's about.
Yeah. So, LitBit, so what we are, our goal is to be a premier Tier 1 exclusive launchpad, IDO launchpad, with the utility of having also the automated pre-sale token generator. So by that, we kind of have the best of both worlds. Our goal as a launchpad and an IDO service is to actually incubate, vet, and pretty much be as picky about what we bring to the space as possible. On the automated side, where that'll be similar but not the same as, say, a DXL, Pink Cell, and all that, which is just a pre-sale pad. You come in. We plan on having more stringent rules about what you can launch. No one can just come to our utility and launch a token like what you're seeing currently in the space. There'll be more than just KYC involved, and generally a lot of those are even fake KYC. So back to the launchpad side, will be more of an incubating IDO launchpad. By that, I mean we'll be working hand in hand with the projects, bring them to fruition, not only just by marketing them, but by actually going through everything, whether it be their contract, their tokenomics, their web, everything involved with them, and tweaking it to what makes it more presentable to the public. That's our main utility. We will also be having an NFT, a 3D metaverse NFT that'll be utilitized and integrated into our site and utility also. With these utilities, we'll have your standard staking and farming pools like you see with some. We plan on having more than just a single token staking of ours. Of course, anything we launch, we're going to offer them the opportunity to utilize by having them a staking pool. We also plan on doing yield farming. So since we're going to Crow, of course, our number one thing will be to be plugged into crypto.com and be able to offer the yield farms that they have there. So it's Crow staking and whatever pairs that is available. I think, did I get everything? Brofka, did I miss anything on that?
Well, I think, did we mention liquidity locker and token vault, custodial wallet?
No. So we're also just not going to be like a lot of launchpads you see on the BSC. We're actually going to be a full-service launchpad. And by full service, we'll have the ability to lock LPs, of course, lock the token vaults. So say you needed to lock team wallets or anything like that, that'll be able also on our platform. And similar to like you see right now, same with Pink Cell, they do the same thing. They'll lock LP there. So that gives you a little more security about who's being into the space, because the LP will be locked on our utility. And again, same with team wallets and whatnot, instead of taking them somewhere else and locking them.
Cool. So how did you guys come up with this idea?
It's kind of funny. Me and Bravka actually, the whole team. So this team has been together for a while, almost a year now. We actually all got together in a BSC project back in May. We were all mods or admins in GMR. I don't know if y'all are familiar with GMR. Most people in the space are. We were early in that one. Some of us earlier than others, but we were all worked in that project. Most stayed for quite a while, up to 6 months. After we left that, before we left, me and Bravka had already talked about putting a project together back then. And then we just started tweaking and thinking. We actually had another utility that we're working on, and it looked to be our future utility, which is a type of payment protocol. But there's such extensive work in coding and the length of time for that, we thought, from what we've seen and what we've participated in on launchpads as investors and as managing another launchpad project, we saw a lot of flaws in. We started figuring out ways and coming up with what we thought a launchpad should be. And that's where our idea of, the more extensive vetting, the more extensive looking into a project, making sure it isn't just somebody hiding behind a PFP launching a token. So that's how the idea of LitBit came to fruition. Seeing something that needed to be done, more accountability, of course, in our space, being rugged multiple times. I'm sure, like I said, me and you talked personally. We've all been hit So it's just, yeah, exactly. And it's just, and that's another reason our faces are on our project. And because we're going to have to be accountable for what we bring to the space and how we do business in the space. So at the end of the day, since we're putting our faces on our project, we're going to have to truly be more choosy about what we allow to launch from our project, because in turn, that reflects upon us. So again, you don't see that in this space at all. I mean, we can, with any pad, at this point, we will be the only pad that has a fully doxed team on any blockchain.
Your entire team is doxed?
Yes. Have you been to our website?
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
I'm saying like every single person on your whole team is doxed.
Yes. All the way to the company that's building the company that is building and creating our utility, our code, all that's being done from the ground up. Our UX, nothing is copy and paste. We literally have hired an IT development company named Beyondy. And of course, that company it's a public company. It's a legitimate company. It's not some BSE dev sitting in his mom's basement. That whole team, of course, is doxed. I mean, it's a known company. You can go on the internet and see everybody that works there. So everyone is doxed. That's
very cool. Yeah, I don't think anybody has done that at all. Yeah.
No one has. So it's a first.
Yeah,
and again, a lot of us are known in the space. The team, everybody that's on the website, like I said, we all worked in quite a few projects as mods, admins. Tino and I managed another project. So, I mean, we all have good names. We're all known, some more than others. I mean, I'm everywhere personally. I network a lot. So we're putting a face to what people have been dealing with for over the last year in this space. And again, I think that'll help bring a little more credibility to not only our project, but like I said, how we do business. We're businessmen. I've owned 2 businesses of my own. Bravka still owns a business and operates one from his family business that's been around for 30 years. And that's how we come into the space, to operate as a business, not just a here to go on tomorrow kind of thing.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, yeah, we don't know how. I just want to say, like, I'm learning to do everything, right way, and not like a little bit of this, little bit of that, and then just quit. So as Steve said, like, we came here to do it a proper way, to build the trust from our community, to get the trust from our community and everything. That's the reason why we all are doxed, because we are here for many years and not for a few days. So, yeah, I don't mind turn on the camera. I don't mind to show myself. I don't mind to dox myself, so simple as that.
So as far as doxing your or KYCing the projects that are on the platform, we all know, like, we've seen Pink Cell, they do a KYC and it means absolutely nothing. There's a lot of KYCs out there that even after projects that are KYC'd through them rug don't really do anything. How is this going to be different than that?
Well, like I said, all right, go ahead, Tino.
Yeah, no, I mean, we want to keep this, as most as we can be secure. So the first part of KYC, we're going to do it by ourselves. Just in terms that we want to have their passports, IDs, we want to dox the whole team, we want to know everything what's happening there. The second thing, they will need to do KYC with some of let's say, KYC protocols outside. But the most important thing in our roadmap, if you saw that we have something that is called High Council, that is basically team of people included in vetting the projects we're going to launch. I mean, not launch, but over our launchpad provide IDO. So inside of that High Council, there will be people who run KYC companies and like law companies that are very good in this field. So this is the part where we are targeting to have everything from our side, to keep RUG away. But not only that, the thing is we are offering incubation for all of these projects. So, we're going to live with these projects for, 20 days, 1 month, 3 months, depending on how long we are incubating them. So from the day one, we will be very close to them. We will know how they breathe, how they work, how committed they are to the project. So it's a little bit different than just doing the vetting of project and then deciding, you can launch IDO on our launchpad and that's it.
Yeah, the IDO process is a little more, the real IDO process is more labor intensive than just launching a token and KYCing, and that won't be allowed. Like I said, even on our autonomous pre-sale side, it'll be more than just a KYC of showing us an ID. It'll be video doxing to us personally and whatnot, because KYC has pretty much became a joke. It's not protection against anything. So that's where more vetting has to be involved and being accountable and stepping up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually my point. KYC is at this point pretty much a joke.
And the thing, we're on our IDO side and the Launchpad side, the true IDO Launchpad side, we aren't shooting for launching 100 tokens a day. We'll be at, and even 100 a year. We're looking more for long-term quality projects, and there are other utilities that we're bringing through to give value to us more than just the Launchpad itself. So, again, 1 a month or even 2 a month is a lot for the IDO side and the incubation side. The autonomous pre-sale, again, we don't have to launch a token every hour. Like you're seeing with some of these pre-sale launch pads, because a perfect example, there's been 2 LitBit contracts that I know of launched already on Cronos. So now if those guys did any kind of vetting at all, they would know it's not us. So they would know not to launch a token with our name. So, that's a perfect example of not doing any due diligence at all.
Right. So that leads to my next question, though, and you kind of touched on it a little bit. A lot of people don't want to do a KYC. A lot of people don't want to dox themselves, and they still want to make contracts.
Well, they won't through us.
Obviously, they won't through you, right? But the question is, how are you going to get people, convince people to feel comfortable enough with you guys to give you all their information for that?
Well, and again, it all depends on how serious they are about their personal project. There are plenty of teams out there that are docs that go through this with whether it be Certic or other audit companies or other KYC companies. It all depends on how much you're going to put into your project. If you're launching something to truly launch something that's supposed to be positive and bring any type of accountability to the space, it shouldn't be a problem. You use the excuse, this is DeFi. Oh, it's DeFi. Oh, we doing that. No, bro.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's still, they can use the DeFi all they want. Someone is always in control. Someone's in control of a contract. Someone's in control of a project. It's not DeFi. All right. It's a DeFi range, but it's not truly DeFi. It's still somewhat centralized because someone is always in control. There's always a way to manipulate a contract. There's a way to manipulate supply. There's plenty of ways to do that. So, again, like I said, it's going to take someone that really wants to bring out a positive project to the space for us to do it. That's what will make us elite, and that's what we want. That'll make us tier 1. That's what we want to bring. We're already talking to a project. They don't have a problem with it at all. And I believe the more after we launch and get involved and do more in the space and get a foothold in Cronos, I don't see it being a problem. Because at the end of the day, if you're truly launching a project or a token and you want it to be successful, you'll do what needs to be done for it to be successful. If you're just launching it for a cash grab, then you'll take it over somewhere else. At least that's my mentality.
Yeah, I think that's a good mentality to have.
Well, because like you said, I mean, we could do the same thing. None of us had the docs. We could just be launching a token. We could launch tomorrow. I mean, but we've taken months to this point already to get to where we're at, and we'll be another month or so before we launch, because that's the time that we're putting into our project. If someone doesn't have that same mindset as we do, we don't want to be affiliated with them, because it's a direct reflection of us, one way or another.
So, as far as the team is concerned, I'm going to ask you some like the basic questions. Are you guys getting team tokens?
Yes, we do have everything. Let's go. He's going to scroll.
Yeah,
I'm
okay. I'm gonna send it, Savage.
Yeah, we can also share the pitch deck in the group.
Already done.
And I want to let you know too, guys, before we go on any further. I want to let you know I personally try to do less research before the AMAs so that I can ask the questions like honestly, instead of me just kind of giving you the questions. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's no problem at all.
Yeah. So I'm asking these questions because like I feel like if somebody's watching this, these are the questions that they're going to want answered, right?
So yes, we do have a team wallet. It's and if you could, my screen's a little small. It is locked for a year, then it's vested for another year and a half. There you go. It's on the screen now during the vesting. So that is the core team and advisor wallets. Both of those are, once again, advisors will be anybody that come on and help us through, whether it be blockchain advisors, VCs, along those lines. And their tokens are also locked for a year and then vested on top of that. So the team doesn't see any tokens for a year.
That's okay. So how are you guys paying yourselves?
We have a tax. Wesley, if you could scroll to the tax. So he gets it up for you. One more, Wesley. The buy and sell. Oh. So there's a breakdown. Here you go. Breakdown of the tax. So on the buy, now these are starting out. So also let me give you an idea of on our tax. So we plan on, of course, our goal is to go to CEX. Our goal is to get listed on crypto.com. That's every project's goal, is to get a CEX listing. And we'll work our way there. We're already put out for grants to the Particle B, whatnot. We're in communications with them. That's our number one goal. And as we work to that goal, we will be eliminating tax altogether. But at launch, we have a 10% buy tax. 5% of that goes to liquidity. We got 2% goes to the team. And then we got 3% to marketing development. That 2% that goes to the team that's how we get paid. The whole team. It breaks off of that tax. On the sell side, of course, 12%, 6% to our liquidity pool, 3% to team, and 3% to marketing and development.
Steve, I think it's important to say here to the community that they understand. So we're going to prepare our contract a little bit differently. So when somebody sells their tokens, the tax part will be exchanged directly to USDC, so that we not collect tokens. Yeah, we are not collecting tokens and later dumping on our own chart. So we are doing it a little bit different to protect the chart in a long run.
That was actually going to be my next question.
Yeah, so all tax transactions, they're converted to Crow. Our pair is going to be Crow LitBit, of course. So it isn't like that 2% or 3% will be collected in LitBit and then sold and dumped on Made Red Candles. Everything will be done through the transaction at the buy or sell.
Cool. And have you guys had a private sale yet?
We haven't done anything public for the private sale. Right now we're in our seed round, which is for VCs. We're in talks with a couple people there, and we haven't moved beyond that yet until we probably going to be about next week till we announce our sale.
So no investor sales yet, just VC so far. And how is that VC sale being run?
It's through tier 1 and 2 venture capitalists. It's not individuals for the VC round. And they're investing for a massive amount of the token, or for part of the business as well. No, they're buying tokens. The max wallet, no one can have more than 1% of the supply. We have a max wallet that is 1%. No one's getting more than that. Also, if you look at vesting, they're vested. They get 5% at launch, and their vesting goes out, I'm thinking 14 months, if I can see that correctly.
1 year and 3 months, yeah.
Yeah. So 15 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then as far as when you start doing private sales for the regular guys, is that going to be vested as well?
Yes, everything is vested. So seed has a 90-day cliff, private 60-day, and the IDO public sale will be a 30-day cliff. The vesting, again, is monthly. You'd have to, if you look at our chart, it has it broke down in quarters because we couldn't run it out long enough to do monthly. So on the private sale, again, a 60-day cliff, 10% TGE, and then you get 9% your first drop a month.
Okay, now looking at the price difference, it's not that big of a price difference either.
Yeah, it's not a massive. Yes, and that's another thing we didn't. And again, that's sustainability to your chart and to your project. You can't give somebody 4 or 5 hours between the sales. It's impossible.
It happens all the time. Like it's unbelievable. Like, what are you doing?
But
I'm always seeing people do like 10x, 20x. Like, what's wrong?
Well, and it's honestly, you're not setting a project up for longevity.
Right.
If you're doing that at the point of whatever round you're selling in, you're just collecting money at that point.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people make tokens just to collect money, right? So, how long? You said that you guys been thinking about this for a year. How long has the actual project itself been like? Have you been working on this idea?
Well, no, we got together about a year ago. I guess me and Brovka started thinking about it back in the summer, honestly. But we put into fruition moving forward with finding the development company and everything like that. I think October is when we decided who we're going to have build it. We went ahead and I think built our socials out. Didn't open them all, but we had them built out in November. So we really, day one of starting to do something would have been back in November.
So you've been working on it like maybe 3-ish months then?
Yeah.
Okay. And why the name LitBit?
Because it sounds better than Shiba Inu. Honestly, man, I mean, it's I don't know. First of all, I hate, and this is just a personal thing, and Brock is kind of the same way. I hate the cartoony. I just can't stand any of that. Well, like I said, we're going for longevity. If things go the actual direction we would like them to go, we might create a blockchain. Well, it sounds a lot better as LitBit than, like I said, it's some other than some Elon Inu or Crow Inu. Or, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I think as a whole, it's got a better ring to it.
And then that's my actual next question. Why Crow Chain?
Well, honestly, Cronos is early. And I say this anytime anyone asks me that same question. Getting into Cronos now would have been like getting into BSC 2 years ago. I will share I don't know if you've seen this. I share this anytime anyone asks, also in the group. Let me get to the group. So if you look at compared market caps, I've got a little graph to show. This was actually shared by crypto.com. So if you look at Cronos, if it got to the same market cap as BNB today, right, it would give it a price of $2.86. If it would get to the same market cap as Ethereum, you're looking at $14.85. Now, there's no reason why Cronos can't get to that market cap, either one of those. With mainstream adoption, you have Crypto.com pushing it so hard. The migration of the ECR20 Crow token is coming over to the blockchain, the Cronos token. They've already started their rebranding. You see what they've done in the United States. You see what they're doing in Europe. They're pushing mainstream. Now, what that's doing, of course, is going to bring an eye to them. But not only that, as you see with, say, Binance, CZ having constant troubles in different countries through with Binance. They're shutting down those exchanges, this and that, when it comes to possible regulation or money laundering, whatever the hell is going on with them. And you don't see Binance advertising mainstream like you do Crypto.com. All right. So you can almost guarantee these guys are going to do what they have to do the right thing when it comes to keeping the government off of them. You know what I mean? All right. So that brings the mainstream side of it. Well, of course, if you look at the numbers of Cronos over the past couple of weeks, the volume is increasing. The number of holders is increasing. Individual project holders are increasing. So it's just an influx that's coming in. Now, who knows how long our current market conditions are going to be? But even with the negative market conditions, they're growing. So anyone that's growing, and especially the size they're growing, the way they're growing, it's silly not to utilize that. Because if we get in at this time, that means not only the value of whatever our pair to grows, that means whatever we collect in the money that we can put back into our project grows. Where with BNB, if we were to launch on Binance, we could probably get a hell of a market cap within launch of Binance or BNB. But how long is that going to last? When's the sell-off going to come? Can we maintain it on that side? Where I think we've got more of a chance to maintain it on the Cronos side.
So do you believe that Cronos will eventually flip BNB?
I believe it'll flip it on market cap.
That's what I meant, yeah.
Yeah, all day long. Yep.
Do you mind
we are not
for a question?
Yeah.
No, go on. Sorry, didn't want to cut you.
No, I mean, I just want to comment on this. Personally, I don't think it will happen in next 6 months. But in long term, I think, as Steve said, they will go foot and foot with the governments and everything. So I think in long term ways, I think, the Cronos could be bigger than Binance. And that's one of the reasons we want to ride that wave.
So would you guys ever consider? I'm sorry, Alex, did you have a question? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Alex.
just going through these, I was just asking. I was just wondering, what type of projects are you expecting for the Launchpad? Because, for example, I'm used to the Launchpads in Seoul, for example. The other more like gaming projects. Are these the type of projects that you are expecting to be launched here? And also, how is it going to work in terms of tiers, allocation, how much you have to hold? Because, to decide if I go on private or in public, if I have the chance, because that's important. Because normally I want to jump in and the price of the token is already, the Launchpad is so high that to be able to get in the, tier one, that give a bigger allocation, I just get wrecked. So, that would be my question.
I love. Sorry, Serge. I love how he asked this question.
Well,
because,
that's the key thing. And again, this is one of the key parts of our project. We're not doing a tier system. like you're used to, because again, that is honestly, it's unfair. It's unfair to new holders. It's only fair to whales, large bags.
Thank you.
Well, and then again, I mean, I'm glad you asked, because we would have got to that. So the way we're going to do it, of course, there will be a minimum hold. There will be a minimum hold and stake to participate in any IDO. But the way we're going to do it differently is through a lottery system. So you'll have to. So say we have a project, say just any project coming up, and it's going to be displayed on our utility. Now, at the utility, you'll go and you'll have to apply to be in that IDO. And by apply, it's just linking your wallet, whatnot. Depending on how many tokens you have staked is what's going to give you lottery tickets for a lottery to see who's going to enter that IDO. So let's use the example 25. Let's use $500. Let's just say $500 worth of tokens staked is the minimal amount. All right. So say someone else has $50,000 worth of tokens staked, again, a whale. So the way this is going to work, that $500 gets you one ticket to the lottery. Now let's say that $50,000 will get you 4 tickets. So we'll have, when we haven't broke down the exact numerical equation yet, but what we'll do based off that minimum amount on so many levels, you'll get an extra ticket, or a partial ticket, depending on how you hold, until they accumulate to whole tickets. So the minimum holder, his ticket goes into the lottery because he applied. That $50,000 holder, if he applies, he'll get his tickets. Let's just say they're 4 tickets. So now he has 4 tickets for the lottery. All right. After the time for everyone to apply, there will be a lottery draw. And again, completely automated, random. 1 ticket for each wallet is pulled. And those winners are who will be able to participate in this IDO. Now, it'll be the same allocation for everyone. So that's fair again also. So instead of you having one guy that could put a $1,500 allocation because he's tier 1 compared to your bottom tier guy that can only do $50. Again, not fair to the community or to the holders. So this way, you have a even keel, even platform for everyone who's available to wins to get in this IDO, and they can all participate by the same allocation. So it levels the playing field. Plus what it does here, so say we 10x at launch, or so we 10x, right, and you sell. So you sell your tokens, you take your profit. Now, the way we're set up, because of the way that tier system is, so say you want to get back in, we're safe. This project is here. I mean, you don't have to spend your $50,000 to get back to that same level. You can take your profit and get back in. You still have the same opportunity to participate as you did before.
Great stuff. Thank you, man.
Hey, no problem.
So, sorry. So how many, what is the percentage of the allocation that you're going to be taking from the projects, like for the community?
Fees.
No, I mean like for the people who are invested in the token, how many spots are going to be directed towards them? Like 30% of the pre-sale or whatever?
No. Oh, you're talking no. You're talking about for token holders?
I'm talking, for the token holders. So there's a lottery so that people can get a spot. But how many spots are there going to be available? That's kind of what
So that would depend on the amount. Okay, so that would depend on how much we're collecting for each individual project and how we break down the allocation for each project. But in order to participate in that IDO, you have to be a holder of our platform. So everyone that holds is going to, depending on that, that's who's going to be able to be in. It's not going to have a open sale, public sale. You see what I'm saying?
Got it.
Yeah. So the 100% is available to holders.
Cool.
Yeah. And again, that's where it becomes like your tier 1 platforms. It's literally just for, what's the word I'm looking for? Shit, I said it earlier. Exclusive. See, it's exclusive to your holders.
And then my second question, go ahead.
I just want to say, like, it's all up to that specific project, because the numbers will always be crushed specifically for that project. So yeah, there is no like one regular formula we're gonna use for each project, because nobody will collect same amount of money. So yeah, it's impossible to say it right now.
No, I completely understand that. I was just asking, like, what would the percentage be if you're getting 100% of it, or if it's going to be 30%,
Right.
50%, and then they go public. That's kind of what I was asking.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still like trying to get my brain how to speak correctly right now. When I wake up, I'm retarded for like an hour or two. So the next question that I have is, what would stop a whale then from loading up on multiple wallets?
Well,
instead of getting one fat wallet, get like 3 or 4 decent sized wallets.
Again, there's no way we can stop anyone on that. I mean,
no, so we cannot stop anybody from having 50 wallets and try to get from 50 wallets inside IDO. What we're gonna do here for this not to happen, for everybody who is holding like more tickets, we're gonna provide some little bit more chance to them. Let's say, for example, if somebody is holding like 15 tickets and have 15 chances, we're going to provide it, for example, that they have 15.5 chances. So to try to hold them in one wallet. This is like something we're going to do. And again, if they buy from one wallet, sending the tokens to another wallet, they will be taxed. So this is some measures we are trying to do here, but again, we are trying to make it whale-proof, but we cannot do it 100%. The thing is, we are trying to give opportunity to, let's say, small investor with one good investment and one winning lottery to be able to earn money to push himself to, a little bit closer to the whales.
So then there's no way, though, for anybody to guarantee that they would get a spot on every.
No, somebody with 15 chances, he doesn't have a guaranteed allocation. He have his chances. If he gets one chance, that's it. There is no guaranteed anything for him. He just have more chances than a guy with one lottery ticket.
And what happens if everybody who gets their chance, or everybody who wins the lottery, doesn't fill like the hard cap?
Then you'll go public.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it will go public.
Yep.
All right.
Again, and that's why we're having it where you have to apply to even participate in the IDO. So, because a lot of times, and like one of the last projects we managed was a launch pad. So just because you have holders in state it doesn't mean they're going to participate in every IDO. Now, of course, we want to create it, and the reason we're creating our Launchpad the way we are, so we create that where people do want to participate because you're bringing a quality project. But with that in mind, that's why you have to apply to get into the IDO to even be drawn to begin with. That way you're not giving out opportunities to people that don't even want to participate.
That makes sense. So, I forgot how I was going to ask the question.
One thing to add. So, and we didn't touch on this yet. You brought it up, where you said a guaranteed allocation or guaranteed whitelist spot. So now, like I said, we're also doing a launch of a metaverse NFT. Now we're integrating this NFT into this utility multiple ways. One way is where you'll have the opportunity to stake your NFT for like you would a token and have a passive income. But the other way is we're planning on using rewards for NFTs for the Launchpad. So say you have, and just an example, we haven't said anything in stone of how we're going to reward, but say you have own a legendary or an epic, the highest top 10% NFT out of our mint. Now we might have it set up where that gives the owner of that an automatic whitelist spot into an IDO. We also might have a different rarity setup where you have a higher allocation amount just because you're holding that in your wallet and state. So that's one way spiffs where we're incorporating our metaverse NFT into the utility of the project also as a bonus.
Okay, so as far as the metaverse, you guys are building out a full metaverse?
Well, no, we're starting out with a metaverse NFT. One thing as a project we won't do is tell you we're going to do something else and not perform. And how many times we see that in projects. So
all the time.
Exactly. So what we are doing, we've already contracted our artist, which is a massive 3D artist. He's a badass. He is going to create, this just for us, there's no copying, our own metaverse NFT. Now, what we do with that, like I said, we've already utilized it into our platform, but what that does is gives us opportunities to add anything, whatever we want in the future. So say we wanted to have if we did want to get involved in the metaverse or in that way, we could actually you could do our drawings or anything for these IDOs actually in the metaverse, which would be kind of cool. So, and that could be through collaborating with other projects. The NFT gives us that opportunity to add on to the future.
So what then is a metaverse NFT? Like, can you explain that?
Well, okay. I mean, it's completely different. So a metaverse NFT of metaverse quality is where a 3D metaverse NFT. So a 16-bit CryptoPunk is not a metaverse, but you'd use in a built-out metaverse, as it's say an avatar or whatnot. It's the quality of the NFT.
Got it. So it's an NFT that you could theoretically take inside a metaverse and use as your avatar or something.
This is a 3D rendered, full blown. I mean, you could, if you had a 3D printer, you could print out your NFT.
Okay. Sorry for interruption, Steve. We have 5 more minutes before we need to take Polygon meeting.
Okay.
All right. Well, if you guys have anything else that you want to add, then.
Or I mean,
you feel that we didn't cover?
Yeah. I mean, any other questions? I mean,
I did have a question. If you guys were planning on ever going off of just doing Cronos chain, and maybe branching out to other chains as well.
Well, from launch, the utility will be cross-chain. From launch, we'll have the capability of launching BSC, Ethereum, Cronos, and Matic, or Polygon, from launch. So that's just the beginning. So that way we're not limited to just launching Cronos. Of course, our native token being on Cronos, and then again, our priority there, but we will have a capability for cross-chain and adding to that in the near future. And also our utility as a minting lab, we can also offer minting for NFTs. So say if somebody had an NFT project or an individual artist and they wanted to have their NFT collection minted, they could come to us without having to do the code and all that, and we could mint their collection for them. Something a little different also.
Nice. Does anybody else have any questions? I know we got a very, very limited amount of time.
All good here, man. And the chat doesn't seem to have questions as well.
All right, cool. Well, I think that's it for me. Like, I did have more, but I already forgot them. Now I'm under pressure, so it's like there's no way they're coming back.
Well,
right? We got 3 minutes.
A fast question that I missed when I give my question. Are you guys expecting the projects to be, on the Launchpad gaming projects, or more than that, or mostly gaming projects?
No,
it's going to be.
Or not.
Well, there's not going to be a focus on one style of project,
except
for the fact that it's going to be utility. We won't be working with meme tokens. It's going to have to be a utility project in order for us to be involved in our IDO at all.
Okay, got it.
The point is that you are doing serious projects that are trying to really do something in the space and not just do money grabs.
Yes,
That's what I'm getting.
Do you have any project on the line or that you are starting to speak with already, or not?
We've actually been speaking with one for a while, and like I said, we can't give his name because we haven't announced.
Okay.
But yeah, we've already been in talks with one for a month, and working with them and helping them just move across their line. And when they feel it's ready to announce and know our exact launch date, then we'll be announcing that. But yes, one is already in the works.
Okay.
One of the questions that I did have was, how are you going to get more projects to come over to you guys as far as marketing yourselves as a project platform?
Well, and there's a couple of different ways. Once again, just from our being known in the space, we also will have sales team. But if we perform the way we plan on performing, and again, being an elite launchpad, that in itself is advertisement. And that in itself will also help bring us, and especially being the first one on Cronos with as much utility as we're offering, and setting that foothold as early as we are there. And that's about it there, Brocco.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, thank you guys for taking the time to come talk to us. We really appreciate you guys.
I know that you guys are in a rush. I'm sorry, Lou. Just what about? Do we have a whitelist giveaway? I think I heard that.
Yes, we do. We do.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. We're giving away 8 whitelist spots, so make sure you took everybody down.
Yeah.
All right.
So don't go away. Just let me take the picture first.
We will take. I'll DM you and ask you a couple more questions too.
Oh yeah, but, you're more than welcome to hit me up anytime. Come over to the chat. I mean, I'm always available.
Yeah. I want to let you guys know that you're a part of our community. So whenever you have any updates at all, feel free to share them here with our group. We're not the biggest community out here, but we do have some really serious investors, and we do like good projects. So, you're more than welcome to share all of your links, any updates you have, any changes that you make. Whatever you're doing, let us know. Post everything here, please.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Of course.
Thank you so much, guys. I personally enjoy it very much because I'm a Launchpad enthusiast.
Fanatic.
Let's put it this way. Yeah, a little bit. So, great stuff, guys. Thank you so much.